Health before wealth, back at you. I'm just sitting here thinking about my paradigm shift. I remember 2010, I was diagnosed with MS, multiple sclerosis. Kind of alarmed me too. And how I got diagnosed was I had optical neuritis. With that, went to the doctor, my eye doctor, and they pretty much was saying, we're gonna give you these drops. Take these drops for about a week. Took the drops for a week, nothing changed. So what was going on? My right eye was blurry. Couldn't understand why. I just woke up that way, bam. So with that, took the drops, went back to the eye doctor a week later, nothing changed. So he said, we gotta enroll you into the hospital as opposed to taking a bunch of tests, setting up different appointments, different days. So we're gonna knock it out in one shot. So I go to the hospital. I walks in, nothing's going, they looking at me like, who's the patient? I said, I am. I said, wow, you look pretty healthy. So I'm in there for about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, week and a half, something like that. And this happened in 2010. So I was in the process of moving as well too, moving into my mom's space in the process of buying a house. So all this is going on at the same time. So I'm in the hospital, boom, moving to my apartment, should I say. So I'm in the hospital. So they give me steroids intravenously. So it cleared up. So I'm in that hospital room, doing my push-ups and working out, doing all that. Feeling pretty good. I'm ready to go home. But they did a series of tests, spinal tap, the whole nine. And then I had a neurologist come through, MRI, all that type of stuff. Pretty much just saying I had lesions on my brain. I'm like, what? What the hell is that? I'm like, whoa, I thought I was pretty healthy. So long story short, I get released from the hospital. My primary physician tells me, I knew him for a while, so he tells me, listen, you've been doing what you've been doing for years. Continue doing what you're doing. I left it at that. So I said, okay, cool, I can go with that. Now, I have to have appointments with the neurologist to see if anything is going to change. So he's trying to get me medication in the process. My equilibrium is on, everything's, good. So he gives me this, like not even pamphlet, they're like little books, like several books of information pertaining to, I guess they diagnosed me with MS, I guess from the lesions or whatever, and I think the optical neuritis may have dictated that. The reason why I bring the story up is because the paradigm shift. The paradigm shift. That's what's going on. And it helped me have the desire to press on positively and not give up or give in to them telling me that I had MS. You follow what I'm saying? And that's the paradigm shift. But desire, the will, the withal, the perseverance to not allow somebody else to dictate your life based on theory. Don't even know you, but may have saw your medical condition prior in somebody else's situation. No disrespect to the medical field or the doctors or the MDs, because we do need them. Don't get me wrong, we do need them. However, you know you better than they do. Paradigm shift. And that's what's going on with me. You know, this health before wealth has taken me to different highs and lows. Started out on a health kick, still am on a health kick. That'll be my lifestyle. So from that situation with the MS situation, I began to go to the doctor, the neurologist, once a week. So he was saying pretty much, not once a week, but once a month. He pretty much says, you know, we don't really need you to come because, you know, I'm not taking the medication. I'm not buying into that. There's nothing going on aside from what happened with my optical neuritis with my eye, you know. So with that being said, you know, it was no use for me when it comes to dollars that make sense or sense that makes dollars. It wasn't no use for me from that aspect. However, in that process, I learned something very valuable. Believe in you. Believe in you. The desire to live. So I got on my health thing. I swayed here and there. But I was determined to not allow them to dictate my life. So I didn't take on that energy, that vibration. Your thoughts become your reality. So if I was to bathe myself in them thoughts, sickly and I probably wouldn't be making these videos right now. This is serious shit. Paradigm shift. So I'm going through that as we speak. Because now what's happening is I'm going deeper now. That's the health part. I'm going deeper. See, health and wealth is a combination. I want to make that clear to you audience out there. It's a combination of things. And I'm sure I expressed those combinations in other videos. Check them out. To understand where I'm coming from, where this thing is going. So I didn't allow that to be me. Even though they got degrees, they making a lot of money, all that stuff there. But I knew me. Nah, that you ain't gonna give me something that's not gonna allow me to live. To live. So I begin to watch what goes in the premium, goes in the body. And I'm working on it. I'm working in progress. However, the paradigm is changing. Now the paradigm is your conscious and your subconscious. I'm going in the subconscious. Because we have these habits that we have grown accustomed to by someone else that taught us that. And it may be a generational situation. So the paradigm is changing for me. I'm sharing with my audience, Health Before Wealth. I want to give a shout out to the League of Dads, Chris Smith, Joy Green, and the Angry Man channel as well. I'm gonna give them a shout out. Give them a shout out as well. Because a coalition is being built with the brotherhood, a positive brotherhood, to uplift our people, especially our black men. We need this. We need this. So my paradigm shift is changing, and it's changing into my mindset, my thoughts. Think and grow rich. Think. That's the key word. Think. people don't think. And understand, your conscience is what the school teaches you, the media teaches you. You can change your conscience at any given moment, but your subconscious never changes unless you go and do autogression with, repeat of going in there and changing it daily. It has to be a daily practice, because if you ain't a baby, we older. So you feel you got to go in there and change all that what you was taught by somebody else. And my paradigm is shifting. And these, things are getting really, really different. And I'm going to share with my audience about the movement. So it requires eating right, get your mindset right, and all those things. That helps to get that paradigm shift, but you got to constantly embed and beat down the subconscious, because that's what's running your life. Whether you want to believe it or not, that's what's running your life. Your subconscious. Because the subconscious don't know right and wrong, up and down. It just know what it was fed years ago. So once that situation happened with the MS, I didn't realize it then. However, I'm doing a coaching class, not a sports coach class, but a coaching class, and really getting me to think my vision, my purpose. And I'm more comfortable in this arena that I'm doing with Health Before Wealth. And I'm sure I know it's gonna grow. So I'll be able to tell people all over the world, how do you see yourself? I ask you that. Comment below or email me. letsjustalkjel@gmail.com. That's letsjustalkjel@gmail.com. All all caps. And develop some dialogue. Help me help you, and we help each other. Health Before Wealth. Peace.